Hello, hello. I'm Avalon, and this is Voice Notes from the Chrysalis, my 21 episode podcast where I share all the golden nuggets from being deeply transformed over the course of 5 years in celebration of the launch of my digital course, Discover Yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Woo! We are getting into possibly, I don't know, maybe the biggest buzzword topic, manifestation. And I'm actually going to break this up into two just to make sure it doesn't get too long. Um, so yeah, let's dive in. So I feel like manifestation is definitely present, a common topic in the spiritual community. Um, yeah, some even it's a religious community. Like it's a, I don't know, we're all human and we all want more control over our lives, and manifestation is something that suggests, encourages, empowers us to, yeah, to have more control. I don't see it as having more control. I see it as that co-creative dance with the universe. And yeah, so the way I think about manifestation is actually related to how I define magic. And or the definition I like to use for magic. And it is from Halloweentown. It is how they define it as in the movie Halloweentown, all you have to do is want something and let yourself have it. That is magic and manifestation to me. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the first half, is all you have to do is want something, the first part, and then we'll get to let yourself have it. So you, I feel like if you're going to manifest something, you have to want it. Maybe that's really basic. But I feel like, again, in the spirit of transformation and shedding all the things that are not ours, are not for us, are not ours to hold, are not our experiences, is programming thoughts, emotions from other people, or institutions and systems that we live in. And in order to actually manifest, you have to be really, really clear about what it is you want. And I find that you have to be really comfortable with wanting it. So this ties back to the episode where I talked about how desires are divine, and very much like same process of understanding the core desire, the thing underneath what we want. All right. But there is also this idea, knowing all of that. So I'll just to summarize, if you forgot or haven't listened to that episode yet, go back and watch it or listen to it or both. Oh, listen and watch. Um, um, Essentially, to get to the core desire, say you want a really nice laptop and you feel that want. I want a really nice laptop. Why do you want a really nice laptop? Well, I want to be able to do all the work that I want to do on the laptop, or I want to feel really stable. Like I want to feel like this machine is really reliable. I want to feel um, like there might be a status of having a new laptop, and other people who see my laptop like, ooh, that looks like new and shiny. That means something. That means that they are stable and secure and successful, have achieved a lot. Whatever it is, like whatever your answer is to why do you want a nice shiny new laptop? Why do you want that? So why do you want a nice shiny new laptop? Let's say you want people to look at your laptop and be like, "Ooh, that's a new laptop. I bet they are successful." Why do you want people to look at you and assume that you are successful? Is there a wound around the idea of being successful? Is there just a desire to feel success, to feel successful, to feel like you've made it? I will have made it when I have a brand new laptop. Like, what is that belief? What is that desire? And keep asking why, drill down until you don't have any more answers. That's when you've found the core desire. And you can go back because honestly, like the topic is gonna jump. It's not gonna be about the laptop anymore. Um, so go back to the laptop and if it still feels right, if it still feels like something you want, that's not to say you can't get it, manifest it, have it, but know that the purpose of that laptop, yes, is to use it, but manifestation, energetic wise, feeling wise, feeling satisfied in your life wise, that laptop is hopefully satisfying that core desire or working towards satisfying that core desire. And it can help you navigate what is actually important about that laptop. Is it more about how it looks than how it functions? You know, this is a way to actually get what you want. So when we're talking about manifestation, all of that is is still true. It's still a process to get to understanding what you actually want. I want to talk about also, though, this idea of wanting things that we shouldn't. And because I very recently had an experience where I wasn't allowing myself to want what I wanted. And it was holding me back. It was honestly taking up so much emotional energy to pretend to myself that I didn't want this thing. And and I finally told a friend about it. And I had been holding back talking about it because my ego assumed that they would judge me for it. But literally, as I was like, I just need to tell them about this. And I told them, I was like, I know without any doubt, they're not going to judge me for this. This is a valid thing to want. This is fine. I'm judging myself. I feel ashamed for wanting this. I feel like I should not have this desire. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I would be better off if I didn't want this. And just in expressing all of that to the safe space of my friend, love you, Taylor. Um, I just accepting that allowed me to kind of dissolve that desire, honestly. Like that's still something that like yeah, it'd be nice to have, but I like literally was like so fixated on not wanting it that by the time I accepted that I wanted it, I was like, "Oh, like it like neutralized it." And that is another thing related to manifestation is like detaching to what you want gives there gives the universe more space to bring that in because okay, sometimes we make a vision board and we put a very specific trip a very specific picture of Italy on the vision board and we actually end up in that place taking that photo in Italy on that trip. Sometimes that happens, but more often than not at least for me, like, again, always evolving and transforming, I can't accurately, specifically predict what I want for my future self because I'm constantly evolving and growing, and I might be very intuitive, but I can't see into the future and predict what my future self is really going to want. So oftentimes I have to detach from what I want. And very frequently, I will get that feeling, that core feeling through another experience. Sometimes I do, like get that specific thing that I am wanting, but oftentimes it's not that specific thing. I've detached from it, and the universe allows me to feel the feeling that core desire gets to be met in a way that I could have never, ever schemed, imagined, dreamed about. So, like, accepting what we want is so critical for being able to have it. and being okay with ourselves wanting things. I think that like in our culture, especially if you like grew up in like a strict religion, or like just a strict culture in general, our human desires like can definitely have a huge charge around them and very much these are the things you want and these are the things you don't want, and I'm telling you because anything outside of this is wrong. And if you want other things, that's a problem you need to deal with and don't tell anybody about it. So ugh, I'm so sorry if you have had that experience. And it does take a fair amount of healing to recognize that what we want is just what we want. And it's not that we have to have those specific things, but that core desire is there for a reason. And tapping into and understanding that core desire is how we get what we want, is how we manifest. It is the first half of decide what you want and then let yourself have it. So all you have to do is want something and then let yourself have it. The direct quote. Oh, but yeah, the other piece of this is it's often so important to think about the context in which we want to manifest something in. Like the the best example I can think of is if we're a business owner, we might want to manifest our business makes $1 million in a year. That's a thing that we could manifest. But do you want to manifest your business making $1 million in a year and you're burnt out and you hate your life and you haven't seen your friends in 3 months and you haven't taken a day off in that whole entire year? Or do you want your business to make $1 million and you only work 4 days a week or 20 hours a week and you take a vacation every quarter and you get to prioritize your family and whatever it is, like that context is so important. Oh gosh, there's so much I could talk about that. So thinking about not only the thing that you want, that shiny laptop, your business making $1 million in a year, but think about the context and think about like I don't want my business to make $1 million in a year if I have to slave over it. If I have to sacrifice after a certain point, it's not worth it. I don't want it. I just flat out don't want it. So like it's so critical to not only think about what you want, but think about the context. And like this goes into a little bit of that fairy tale magic of be careful what you wish for. Be specific. And I feel like all the manifestation people say be specific, but I mean, think about the context. Think about how you want to feel. Like the best way that I can ever advise anyone to tap into what it is that you want, imagine the reality. Imagine your perfect average life. And by the way, you get to do that in my free guidebook into 2026, your year in Portal, where you actually envision who you want to be next year and the life you want to live. And the exercise that you do is describe out in detail from when you wake up to when you fall asleep, what is your perfect average day in your life? So that is free. Check the show notes for that little digital product. I highly recommend it. I do it every December and it is life-changing. Like, yeah, please go do it. It's a gift from me. Thank you. You're welcome. Love you. But think about put yourself in that world in which you have that thing. And even if it's just like a winter coat or a laptop, put yourself like you using that laptop in a cafe and having that experience. What is it like to use that laptop? What's the feeling, the texture, the smells, the like the internal emotions, the any like social interaction around like the laptop, like all of that context. Uh think about that too. Because yeah, you could have like that shiny new laptop, but then not be able to pay your rent, you know? Like the context matters. So, yeah, I think that it's so important. And honestly, like, I feel like this is a big part of why manifestation and manifestation techniques are like elusive to people. And to some extent, I think we have to go through all of these lessons on our own in our own experience. I think that we each have to figure out how to manifest individually. I think it's like it's a part of that co-creative dance with the universe, and that is to some extent, I really believe it is unique to us. But that is kind of why I'm like, okay, go on a mission and figure out what you want. You yourself uniquely, no one's telling you, no one's influencing you. You just want this thing. Get in touch with that. And then I'll see you in a second for the Manifestation Part 2 episode to talk about let yourself have it. Okay. I'll see you in a second. Bye.